All right, we're here in the Niner locker room with Tashaun Gipson, Niner safety, and Niner Steelers week one. You're the veteran. What's that environment going to be like? And you got some young players back there. What will you say to them in the pregame to try to get them ready?
The environment is going to be intense, obviously, for home opener. I think that's going to be the same way for 16 teams in the National Football League. The home openers is always intensified. But you go into a hostile environment, man. Some of the more die-hard fans in the National Football League. So it's going to be a pretty crazy environment. You know, the terrible towel is going to be waving. There's going to be a electric atmosphere, man. And, no better way than go out there and quiet a hostile crowd like that, man, on the road. But it's going to be a fun time, man. This is what football is about.
You know, I was talking to Cleveland yesterday, and he said, I said, you know, what about young guys getting ready for that atmosphere? And he's like, if you're afraid, get a dog.
Oh man, I mean that's probably the best way to put it. Honestly, it's gonna be a hostile environment, man. I've had many battles. I played there many times from my times in Cleveland, obviously. Just a hostile environment, man. But you know, obviously they bring the juice, man, and that's what make their fan base one of the best fan bases, obviously.
How you feeling physically? I know you've missed some time,
yeah.
But you said, hey man, I'm playing on Sunday.
Nah, yeah, man. You know, it's part of the game. You know, things happen, soft tissue things. But man, I feel definitely like myself. No hold back, no restrictions. Get out there, man. Just be myself. Obviously, bring what I bring to the team, and do my 111 out there on Sunday, man. I'm excited about that.
How's Wilks' defense different on the back end than what you had a year ago with D'Amico here?
You know, it's a lot of similarities, obviously. Same guys, same core of the defense itself. Obviously, him being a defensive back coach for most of his career, man, he's a defensive back guy. So obviously, certain coverages and things on the back end is just tweaks that you know he's seeing from a defensive coordinator perspective. That he's putting us in position to. He's more hands-on with the defensive backs, man. I've never had that in my career, so obviously that's a little different. But for the most part, man, you see the same 49ers brand of defense, man. He just putting his little touch on it. Obviously, man, he bring a lot of wisdom to the game, a lot of success in this league at doing what he's been able to do. So we're excited to go out there and show the world Sunday.
Give me your thought on Jair. He's a young player, but he's a good young player, yeah. And he's real interested in getting better.
Yeah. You know, Tig is just he's one of my favorite rookies that I've been a part of, man. He come in, he want to get better. He's not a guy who think he knows everything, no matter success he's had in college, man. And he come in here with a lot of success coming from college, man, and everything transition. He is truly, he the real deal, man. Obviously, man, I try to speak as much wisdom to him as possible. He's going to be one of the better safeties, man. Once he get his wheels rolling, man, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with, obviously. So it's just a joy to have young guys like that want to be around, man. I know me being a veteran guy, it's important to speak that wisdom into these young guys, man, and he's just soaking it all up, whether it's from me, whether it's from Huff, and he's a student of the game. When you want to learn and get better, man, that's always a positive, especially when you bring the skill set that he brings.
Two last ones. Bosa, obviously phenomenal player. How much easier is your guys' job on the back end when you got a guy like that off the edge up front?
I mean, just the name alone,
yeah.
Just going to wreak havoc, man, and fears, bring nightmares to quarterbacks. So obviously, just having a player like that, when you're dealing with the best defensive player in the National Football League and he's on your team, I mean, that's a huge testament. That's a huge vote of confidence when you're back there. You got 10 other guys that's doing their job, but knowing that you're dealing with a guy who's the best on the planet. So it make your job just a little bit easier. Not saying that you don't have to do your job, but, man, having Nick Bosa make your job a lot easier for sure. So couldn't be more excited to have him back, man. He deserved every red penny that he get. And, you know, that's what he's here now, man, and it's exciting, man. We could put everything else to rest, man. He's here to play football, and we're excited to have him back in the building for sure.
Hey, last one for you. Kenny Pickett, 5 drives, 5 touchdowns. I watched all 3 of those games. They got off fast. They got off to fast starts, and they kind of swarmed their opponent. What did you see when you watched them in the preseason on the film?
The biggest thing that jumps out is him just being comfortable. He looks in control of the offense. He looks comfortable in an offense, and I think that's the biggest thing when you play in the National Football League. If you command the offense, you can run the offense. And right now, he's looking just very comfortable back there. He's making the throws. He just looks like he took that step, obviously, that rookie year to now. That leap that you need to take in year 2, it looks like he's figured it out. Obviously, another year into the same offense, obviously always helps. So he's just looked the part, man, and you know his athleticism I don't think get enough credit, man. He can make plays with his feet as well, but right now, man, he playing lights out. The preseason, obviously, people can say the preseason is the preseason, but man, what he's been able to do and put on tape, I mean, I think that teams that will be playing Pittsburgh, obviously, is gonna have their ears pinned back because he's a good player, man, and he's just gonna continue to get better. That's what the process is about. So we're excited about the matchup that we got for sure.
Good luck Sunday, man. Appreciate
Thank you.
you.
I appreciate y'all.